The waitress could have poisoned my food for all I know. The chef could be loading his shotgun. I've been flirting with death this whole time, high on the thrill of getting paid to intimidate random strangers, never truly realizing how messed up this kind of life is. If I keep this up, I really might die. Walking through the dark corridor, Andreri nervously glanced behind him, cautious of where he was being led. Move it. Yes, sir. Andreri's guide continued to urge him forward, allowing no chance of escape. Upon passing through the heavy door which awaited him, Andreri was greeted by a single man. Nice to see you, Andreri. Good evening, sir. As Andreri spoke, the presence behind his back shifted. Although both men spoke kindly, there was an unmistakable sense of malice and unease in the air. My friend here, let me cut straight to the chase. I want you to explain to me why that runt Marcus has been making your collections for you. I can understand that you'd want to bring Marcus along on you as part of his training. That makes perfect sense to me. What I don't understand is why you'd let him take the lead and go off on his own. The presence behind Andreri shifted once more, this time inching closer. I wanted to make sure he had what it takes. Throw him in head first, you know? Is that right? Well, obviously he didn't have what it takes. Otherwise he'd still be alive, wouldn't he? Well, what? What are you talking about? I saw him just... He was shot dead this morning conducting a collection. No, that's impossible. He is. Lucky for you, his partner wasn't hurt in the process. His partner? Wait, you're telling me that Marcus is dead, but that other brat survived? Just how is that lucky? If Marcus is dead, then that's definitely his partner's fault. Oh? Yes, yesterday that incompetent brat left Marcus alone to go on some bullshit vigilante trip. Now when he was supposed to be taking the lead, Marcus winds up dead? Nobody can do the job alone, let alone that unreliable partner. Huh. Nobody can do the job alone, huh? What's so funny? You say that nobody can do it alone, yet this incompetent brat managed to do just that. Instead of making excuses or crying over his partner, he avenged his death and completed the day's work. Andreri stared at his boss in disbelief, unable to swallow what he was hearing. Really? Are you defending him? I seek out talent. This boy has it. Marcus did not. Son of a... Andreri attempted to lunge at his boss, but before he could so much as take a step, the presence behind his back made its move. Andreri was thrown to the ground effortlessly, with a blade embedded into his back before he could retaliate. Same old Andreri, huh? Sai, twist your blade, would you? Understood. No! You bastard! You spout all this shit about your employees being your family, but the second we become inconvenient... Again. No! You never did understand, did you, Andreri? You are not my family. Marcus was not my family. My family are those who understand loyalty and discretion. Ha! Loyalty, huh? Like you know the meaning of the word. You just can't help yourself, can you? Sai, we're done talking. Once again returning home early, mostly because I had nothing to do with my free time, I went through the usual motions of my return. I received a warm welcome from my sister, showered, hid my more suspicious purchases, and finally settled in for the story of her day. Usually I just sit and nod as Sarah told me about her friends at school, what subjects she had, and what she learned. none of which interests me in the least.